Good evening, everyone. Today, CBSE has circulated very important circular about the subject change, LOC registration, and CWSN candidates that related to direct admission in class 10 and 12. Schedule of the activities. Already, CBSE has stated the schedule activity for class 9 and class 11. So what CBSE has told that conduct of secondary and senior secondary examination is the main responsibility of the CBSE. To conduct the examination successfully every year, CBSE is issuing several notifications. So CBSE has brought out a comprehensive document titled Framework of Significant Guidelines in the Context of Secondary and Senior Secondary Certificate Examination for the Guidance of the Schools. And this year an amendment schedule is being issued to be strictly followed by the schools so that the other activities of the examination 2024 could be completed on time. So what are the circular and what are those things that CBSE has stated? Here is that direct admission cases. What are the direct admission cases? If one students can take the admission in class 10 or 12 due to some issues, so they can take the direct admission in class 10 and 12, and it will be up to 31st August 2023. So what are the activities to be performed by the schools to give admission? Number one, schools to compile all cases of direct admission in tabular form separately class 10 and 12 and send to the concerned regional or RO office of CBSE. School to receive communication of deficiency for admission cases, if any, from the regional office. That means admission should be completed and all the other things that should be completed before the stipulated days. School to communicate fulfillment of deficiency, if any, regarding admission cases to the regional office, and regional office to communicate the decision. So whatever the cases of the direct admission, the school should communicate with the RO office of the CBSE, your nearest RO. Now we are coming to the second, that is for direct admission in class 10 and 12, September, October, November, December 2023. Cases of direct admission in class 10 and 12 and change of subject on account of direct admission after 15th July based only on transfer of parents who is a government employee be sent to the concerned regional office to reach within 7 days of the admission, because few of the cases we have found that the guardian parents of a government employee, they transfer from one region to other region after 15th July. So that admission process should be done within 7 days of the admission. So what are the activities for CWSN candidate? Another very important, because confusions are there about the CWSN candidates. So whatever the activities that is up to 31st August, what are the activities, action for CWSN candidates? The schools to make list and compile data of CWSN students in tabular form. Complete request to be sent to regional office. So regional office should know what the CWSN students are there. School continue to receive communication of deficiency of CWSN, if any, from the regional office. School continue to communicate fulfillment of deficiency regarding CWSN to the regional office. School to receive communication of approval of concession exemption for CWSN from the regional office. They have exempted the fees and the concession, and everything will be related to regional office. That will be communicated to regional office. School to communicate approval of the CBSE to CWSN students by 31st August. Very important. So the school need to take the approval from the CBSE, and the last date of the CBSE, so last date of taking the approval, that is 31st August 2023. School to submit the detail of CWSN candidate in the LOC portal. Now activities related to change of the subject, because we have seen that change of the subject, some of the students, they have taken the subject in class 9 and they like to change the subject in class 10 and 12 respectively. So that also be last date will be 31st August. Parents and candidate has to apply the change of the subject to school. School to analyze the change of the subject request as on when received as per examination bylaws. School to compile all subject change cases in tabular form, because here we can see that some of the parents, they have written the subject changes, and separately one by one the school is sending the request to the regional office. It is not like that. CBS school has to send the subject changes cases in one tabular form separately for class 10 and 12 and to the regional office. School to receive communication of deficiency for change of subject, if any, from the regional office. School to communicate fulfillment of the deficiency regarding the subject change cases. School to receive approval for subject change cases from the regional office. And the school to submit correct subject name list of the candidate in LOC. So everything should be done by 31st August. So school has to, there is a reminder from CBSE comes to the school. Activities related to the LOC, last LOC, what needs to be done in August? Submission of the list of the candidates of class 10 and 12 to start 14th August. School to continue with submission of list of class 10 and 12. September, what you need to do, what performance the school will be doing. Submission of the list of candidate for class 10 12 to continue up to 13 September without late fees. That means that 13 September till 13 September they can give the fees without late fees. LOC. Submission of the list of candidate 10 12 with late fees till 14 September to 22nd September. So reminder has been given that 13 September till 13 September 10 12 LOC, the without late fees they can give the money, and with late fees it will be up to 22nd September Friday. What are the activities of the attendance shortage cases? Because we have we also know about the shortage of the attendance case. What are the attendance case? To consider attendance put in by the students, that is 1st January of the academic session for 10 and 12. School to compile all shortage of attendance in tabular form separately for 10 12 to send to the concerned regional office as to reach by 5th January. So if there will be a shortage of the attendance, that will be a separate file to be prepared by the school, and that will be sent separately for 10 and 12. School to receive deficiency, if any, regional office latest by 15th January. School will communicate fulfillment of deficiency to the regional office by 20th January. So school has to CBSE has reminded us that the last date has been given, that is 15th June. If there will be any deficiency for the communication to the regional office, school will communicate fulfillment of the deficiency on 20th January. If there will be any deficiency, that will be communicated by the regional office. School to receive approval from CBSE for shortage of attendance by 31st January. Now we are coming to the activities related to the candidates participating in sports and Olympiads. Action December 20th, 2023. That schedule requests of sports and Olympiad participants by 31st December. Student to give their request to the school. School to request Sports Authority of India, SAI or Homi Bhabha Research Center for science exhibition or science education for their recommendation. School to send recommendation along with recommendation of Sports Authority or Homi Bhabha Center to the regional office. So it is not like that school will take the or will send the request without any kind of documents to the regional office. They has to support the documents from the Sports Authority of India. They has to send the request letter to the SAI or Homi Bhabha Center, and after that receiving all those things, they need to send all those papers to the regional office. All the above activities should be completed latest by 31st December. No request will be entertained after 31st December 2023. Their facilities are available only for the board main theory examination failing during the dates of the events of that particular sports and Olympiad in the participating event and the journey period of the event. Kindly consider so on. So January 2024 participation school to receive approval from the regional office by 15th January for the sports and Olympiads. Now activities related to what of armed forces. So everything CBSE has specified. That is the most important thing. For armed forces, those whose parents are working in the armed forces, school to send all requests of the concerned regional office 31st January. Action for wards of armed forces and paramilitary forces martyred in the line of duty. So most of these services being online, all days are considered working, and thus no exemption will be granted any matter. So no exemption will be there. So it is specified by the CBSE that what is the last date, and it is specifically have stated the last date. So all the schools affiliated to CBSE, they must go through the circular. Very, very important circular in these circumstances. So thank you everyone. I will be coming with another video. Thank you everyone.